Hey, it's Colleen with Rope and Reseller, and this is my weekly sales update for the week of November 6th through November 12th, 2017.
Get into it, see what I sold this week. I sold another Alpenrock Henley shirt that I got at the Yellowstone Club. This one was not as blatantly about the club itself. It was more subtle. So anyway, I collected $44.99 for this. I paid $5 for it at the Yellowstone Club's fall locals and employees sale, where they get rid of old merchandise from years previous, and these were just in a giant box. They were actually there the year before, so they've been around for a while. Anyway, $8.49 in shipping and fees. That's PayPal, eBay, and shipping costs, for a total profit of $31.50, and it took a week to sell. This is Lego Friends. I had bought this when my daughter was younger, and they were, I don't know if they were on sale or what, but I don't think they were, but I thought they were cute. And a lot of times if I was buying stuff for my kids, then I would buy an extra one if I thought that maybe I should hang on to it and see if it was worth money, and that strategy paid off. I sold this for $59.99. They paid shipping for a total collection of $66.82. I paid $24.99 for it back in the day, $14.98 in shipping and fees, for a total profit of $26.85, and it took 9.5 months from the time I listed it. Now I've had it probably for 3 years, just stewing and waiting for the Lego set to be worth more. Epson Picture Mate. I picked this up at an estate sale, and I tested it, and I had a little cartridge in it. It sold for $64.99, so you just hook up your phone or whatever. I think it takes SD cards as well. I'm not exactly sure how it works, but it had all the pieces and parts there. It went overseas, so they paid shipping, and I collected $127.12. I paid $5 for this at an estate sale, and these, I was surprised. They were worth money, and I had seen the picture of them ahead of time, so I knew to grab it. $63.45 for shipping and fees, for a total profit of $58.67, and it only took 2 weeks to sell. I think it went to South America somewhere. I can't remember exactly where. This was an item that I always try to pick up old electronics that's still in their box. This was a very eclectic thing, and it did take a while to find the right buyer, but I think it was some sort of charger, battery charger for a handheld device from like the late 90s, early 2000s, a Casio, called the Cassiopeia. I collected $24.99 for it. I paid $1 for it at a garage sale. $4.57 in shipping and fees, for a total profit of $8.86 in shipping and fees, for a total profit of $15.13, and it took 6 months to sell. This is a vintage spoon, because it's got the blue with the white stripe. It's just a generic kitchen item. And there's the imprint. It's A and J. It's a slotted spoon. I picked it up at an estate sale. It sold for $12.50. I paid $1 for it. $4.57 for shipping and fees, for a total profit of $6.93, and it took a month to sell. Those things go pretty quick if they're in good shape. If they're chipped up and stuff, I find they don't get as much and they don't sell as fast. This is a Naughty and Nice aluminum ashtray. This is kind of a silly thing. The guy thought it was the Munsters. It was off of an auction, a local auction house. And you can see he's doing sort of inappropriate things, which is, yeah, I'm not even going to comment on that. Anyway, and it came with a coin that was the same thing. And I couldn't be happier that it got out of my house quickly. So $23 is what it sold for. It was on sale, I think, or no, they offered me $23, and I just wanted it out of here. So $5.50 is what I paid for it at the auction house. $5.15 for shipping and fees, for a total profit of $12.35, and it took a month to sell. This is a pair of vintage LIFO. This is the brand right here. They were made in America. Overalls from the 1990s. They were women's. They sold for $27.99. I collected $34.24 because they paid shipping. I paid $1 for it at a rummage sale. $10.47 for shipping and fees for a total profit of $22.77, and it took 7 months to sell. Overall's my solid seller. These are coming back to me, but I included them anyway because when I did all my books this week, they weren't coming back. They just started coming back. She returned them yesterday. Anyway, they're nice Ferragamos. They're going to be relisted. She's very sweet about it. She offered me $30 and I took it and I paid for shipping. I paid $1.50 for them at a local thrift store. $10.22 for shipping and fees for a total profit of $18.28, and they took 11 months to sell. They were a very large size and very narrow. She said they were too big, which I was like, wow, that's really narrow, but that's cool. They're coming back. I'll relist them. Moonstone ski shell jacket. This is sort of a vintagey jacket. I sold it for $49.99. I paid $1 for it at a rummage sale. Or no, I paid $1 for it at Dollar Days at Goodwill. $12.37 for shipping and fees for a total profit of $36.62, and it took 2 months to sell. This, I was surprised it didn't go sooner, but it's a really nice, thick LL Bean snap fleece. So it looks a lot like the Patagonia ones, but it says LL Bean. It was made in the United States. $27.99, and they paid shipping. $34.24 is what I collected. I paid $1 for it at Dollar Days at the thrift store. $10.47 for shipping and fees for a total profit of $22.77, and it took 11 months to sell. Okay, W.M. Rogers. This is the Primrose. They're all over the place. These are serving spoons, and let me see if I can find you. There it is. What they look like. IS is International Silver Company, I think is what it stands for. They're silver plate, though. They sold for $7.99. I paid 75 cents for them at an estate sale. $4.03 to ship and fees for a total profit of $3.21, and they took 15 months to sell. My flatware is just like my little pipeline. They sell every now and then and make me a little bit of money, and they're really easy to list and really easy to ship. So the next thing I sold was a Radio Shack radio, and it was so late at night when I packaged this that I put the wrong radio in because I had listed another one, a GE, so I had to unwrap it and then tell the guy that nobody had broken into his package. Some of these older pocket radios are worth money. This one was not worth very much. I sold it for $9.99. They paid for shipping, so $13.59 is what I collected. I spent $2 for it at an estate sale, $5.40 for shipping and fees for a total profit of $6.19, but it only took a week to sell. People like those things. Some of them are worth a lot. I think the transistors are worth more. I'm just learning about radios, pocket radios right now. I've sold other radios. Anyway, Looney Tunes. This came out of an estate sale. There was a big bag of them. $24.99 is what it sold for. I collected $35.27 because they paid shipping. $2.50 at the estate sale. $14.52 in shipping and fees for a total profit of $18.25. And it took 3 weeks to sell. This is a vintage rotary phone. I pick these up whenever I can find them. They seem to be pretty solid sellers. This one went overseas as well, to somewhere in Europe. I feel like I've sold a lot this week. $79.95. They paid shipping. No, they didn't pay shipping. So it must, I know what it was. It was Global Shipping Program, and I couldn't believe it that went through like that. Anyway, $3 is what I paid for it at a garage sale. $22.98 for shipping and fees for a total profit of $53.97, and it took 2 months to sell. This is another projection lamp. This is the one that was worth money. I sold another one that wasn't worth as much. This one's worth more. I'm guessing because it's a GE lamp and maybe because of the particular light bulb. It sold for $39.99. I paid $1 for it at an estate sale. $6.69 for shipping and fees for a total profit of $32.30, and it took 2 weeks to sell. This is a jacket that I have had literally forever. This is the oldest thing in my store. Now it's not. someone offered me $30 for it. I already had it on sale, but I took the $30 and ran $36.05 because they paid shipping. I bought this for my daughter originally. This is the only picture I have. This is how old and how bad this is. I only have one picture. I spent probably $20 for it. I'm going to guess maybe more, maybe even 40, but that's what I threw in there. $11.17 for shipping and fees for a total profit of $4.88. I didn't care because I've had this in my store for 6 years. I'm just glad it's gone. Vintage Christmas tablecloth, $19.99 is what it sold for. I spent $5 for it at an antique mall during their clearance in January. $6.73 for shipping and fees for a total profit of $8.26, and it took a year to sell. I don't normally buy at antique malls. There's no bargains there. I had a booth. I know there's no bargains. Vintage Little People camper. This was in phenomenal condition. It still had its string. It still had all its stickers. It had almost everything that it was supposed to have. I think it was missing one thing. I think it was missing a table, and that's the only thing. And then the chairs were mismatched. But other than that, like when you get these, I tried to take a picture of it. The inside was beautiful. The boat was beautiful. The inside of the camper, in the front, there are these little beds, and usually the foam is complete garbage and starting to die, and this was still intact, and I couldn't. So anyway, it was in really nice condition, which is why I picked it up, and I paid a lot of money, but I knew it was worth more. So I collected $105.59. It sold for $89.99, and they paid shipping. I paid $25 for this at an estate sale. $28.15 for shipping and fees for a total profit of $52.44, and it took a month. So I basically doubled my money in a month, and I knew it was an easy sell, and it was before Christmas. LL Bean, this is the last thing I sold. This came in late at night. I had like 7 packages or 8 packages. This was my 9th package, which is why I screwed up the radio and would manage to catch it in the morning and went, I think I put the wrong radio in there. Anyway, this coat is a toggle coat. It's vintage. It's very 80s color. So my guess is late 80s, early 90s. It was made of wool. LL Bean. The buttons on it were really cool. This was a cool jacket. And I collected $86.59. I went to Canada, I think to Nova Scotia. And that's usually pretty cold up there because it's wet. This would be the perfect coat. 50 cents is what I paid for this at a rummage sale, yes. $48.61 for shipping and fees for a total profit of $37.48, and it took 18 months to sell. Looking at the numbers, $729.30 for all items sold. $872.90 is what I collected when people pay shipping, and this is the number that shows up on your seller hub and what you should tell your husband you make every week. $106.74 was cost of goods, and that is really high for me, but I paid up for the camper, that Land's End jacket that I had originally bought for my daughter, and the Lego set that I had bought brand new. So that was retail arbitrage, which I don't do much of anymore. $298.04 is what it cost me in shipping and fees for a total profit this week of $468.12, which is way above my $200 a week net. On Amazon merch, it's slowing down significantly for me. I sold 15 shirts. That's my print on demand business. I include it because it is part of my online equation, and it has become significant enough that I include it in my totals. So I made $90 on that. $558.12 is my total for the week.
Okay, so another great Q4 week. Love it. Usually try to shoot for 200 and did better than that, but honestly, I think if this were June, I wouldn't be doing that kind of numbers. I mean, it's all because people are starting to buy gifts and things for themselves. And anyway, my tip for the week is, so I just wanted to talk about my weekly goal of $200 a week net, and I try to do some comparison and see how that correlates to how many I list a week. And I feel as though I list 15 to 20 items a week, and I sell on average about 14. So I guess my challenge to you and my tip for you is to really pay attention to how many items you can list a week and see if you can't increase your sales based on how many more items you list. So last night I didn't have any sales. I just threw up a jacket really quick just to try to get in the RSS feed and list something. It took me 10 minutes, and by the end of the night I had sold 3 things. So I really believe that when you list, you sell. And I think I'm going to try to challenge myself to list at least 25 items a week. I think I could do that pretty easily and see, maybe not in December because life's pretty crazy then, but shoot for January. And I'm going to have a goal of listing 25 to 30 things and see if that boosts my sales. My guess is that it probably will. So my tip to you is to see how many you list and see how many you sell and see if there's any kind of correlation. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. I love hearing your voices and meeting people through YouTube. This is a great platform to get interaction and not feel so isolated. So anyway, have a great week. Thanks for watching.